Hello, this is Ben from EnglishPhotography.com. Welcome. I've been reviewing the Fuji X-E1 for a while. Let me share my thoughts about it. What is the Fuji X-E1? Well, it's this camera right here. It's the X Pro sensor in the X-E1 body, which means the same quality, the image quality, the high ISO performance, which is legendary, in a much smaller, a much lighter body. And therefore you can use the same amazing lenses, but have to carry quite so much weight. What do you lose? You lose the optical viewfinder, a real technical achievement, but your electronic viewfinder, your EVF, is upgraded. Better resolution, faster refresh rates. In fact, it's the same one that Sony use in their top-end cameras. So the EVF for me was a very good substitute. The X-E1 therefore is a very small and capable camera, and it looks, as you can see, quite amazing. However, is it all just style, or is there some substance as well? Well, I've been using it for a while. What I found is that the Fuji X-E1 is a little bit slower than the autofocus cameras such as the Nikon Pro Series and the Hasselblads of this world, but the actual image quality is very, very good and stacks up well, even though it's a smaller sensor, an APS-C sensor. More importantly for me, the actual size and weight of it, including the lenses, they're much smaller than normal, allows me to get places I couldn't otherwise get to, climbing, etc. And certainly in some social situations, also in street photography as well. It's much less threatening if I'm holding the camera here as opposed to a huge SLR. So that's definitely something that's going for it, and reportage and documentary photographers will certainly want to take note. The in-camera processing of the X-Trans sensor is good. The actual software that's supplied with it, the Silky Pix, isn't particularly easy to use. However, there is increasing support from Lightroom and the other normal alternatives. The sensor is quite different than the normal CMOS Bayer array that we'll find out about, and it's used in most cameras. It's got a sort of a random arrangement of pixels, which means that the black and white photography especially looks more grainy, more of a film-like appearance than normal sensors. You also don't have any moire in textured material, and therefore you don't need any anti-aliasing filter, which means of course that you can actually have your camera sensor without the blurring anti-aliasing filter and therefore get sharper photographs for the same sensor quality. What this actually means in practice is that I've been using this as a travel camera, I'm using it as a portrait camera, and especially a street camera, but without having to worry too much about the image quality and especially the raw processing. I've been using the JPEG straight out of the camera, which for me is actually very rare, and also a very refreshing change. It gets back to photography for photography, so check out the Fuji X-E1 and let me know what you think.
And then a few photographs. So this is the Blue Hour in Girona, and this is in Barcelona during a rainstorm. This is a JPEG straight from the camera, and a backlit portrait with one of the film modes, and on a tripod with a longer shutter speed, and a high ISO black and white photograph straight from the camera. And the camera itself, retro and very cool.